Hello everyone and welcome to part 6 of the Tamiya TC-01 build, the final build session in this series. If you're familiar with Tamiya kits, you know that most of the time, the body is the longest part of the build. Well, the TC-01 Formula E is no different. However, as daunting as it looks, it actually goes together quite well. Before we get to it, I would suggest going over the manual a couple times to familiarize yourself with it and how it all goes together. A sharp pair of scissors and hobby knife, as well as a small screwdriver, are also highly recommended. The first thing I suggest doing is cutting away all the extra lexan from each of the body parts. This will help us organize everything for prepping and painting. If you find the cut lines difficult to see, you can use a sharpie on the outside of the parts to highlight those lines. I also like to add some notes to the outside of the parts to help me keep track of what colors they need to be painted. There are a few complex parts to be cut out, so make sure your scissors are sharp enough to make some very good cuts. To make sure I didn't mess up while trimming the main body, I loosely highlighted the cut lines with a Sharpie. As I always do, I did a quick double check of the body mount holes before drilling them with the body reamer. While the reamer is out, now is a good time to drill all the holes in the body for the halo, mirrors, and body panel attachment screws. Cutting out the inner fenders in the TC-01 body takes some creativity and a lot of patience. I used the reamer to create pockets in the corners, then used my sharp scissors to connect the dots. In some of the areas that I couldn't reach with the scissors, I used a sharp hobby knife to score the plastic and then snapped it away. After all the parts had been trimmed, I went over all the cut areas with a sanding wheel to smooth everything out. Alright, time for paint masking. Again, using a Sharpie, draw your design on the outside of the body to make it easier to see where you need to apply the tape. One more step before painting, and that's to clean the body. Wash the insides of all the parts really good with a mild detergent, then rinse off. Make sure you dry the parts thoroughly though, paint won't stick to wet parts. Apply the tape to the body using your guidelines. There are many different types of tape you can use. I opted for some blue tape from 3M. Just make sure all the edges are pressed down really good. Gunmetal is down, ready to back it with black. While the body was curing, I decided to open, prep, and paint the halo, mirrors, and helmet. Time to peel the overspray film off and reveal the masterpiece. Alrighty, it's decal time. The manual has each decal numbered in order that you should apply them. Please stick to that. We will, however, be deviating from the manual body assembly plan to make application of a few of the decals much easier. I like to use a detergent mix to apply larger decals. This helps give me a few seconds to move the decal around for a perfect placement. You can then use a towel to flatten out the decal and wipe away any excess water. Don't attach the upper wing section of the body just yet. If you do, you'll have a heck of a time applying this decal as it runs under the wing. Finish adding the decals to the wing, then attach just in time to add the swoop decal that covers both the body and the rear wing. And here she is in all her glory, the finished Formula E body set. Man, this thing looks cool. I almost don't want to drive it. I'd like to thank all the companies that supplied the support parts for the TC-01, as well as all of you who followed along with this build. It was a fun experience and I can't wait to start racing the Formula E class. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more builds of future cars. Thanks for watching.